I was 32 when I realized that my ex-husband was SAing me since I was 24. I met him at 24. And when I met him, I made it very clear that I was not giving my body to anyone that wasn't my husband. By the time I met him, I had not had sex for going a year. And it was important. That was important for me because, one, I've had 3 failed relationships and 3 children to show for it from 3 different baby daddies. So it was very important that whoever I next laid down with was my husband. As a 24-year-old, you are naive, and I can admit that I was naive. I didn't know much of anything, especially when it comes to relationship and choosing a good man. One thing that he would do was consistently try to let me do it and try to convince me to do it. I guess for me, the last strand was when he came to me and said that he went out to dinner with a female friend. And may I add that I don't even know if this was the truth because I found this man to be a psychological liar. He went out with a female friend and the female friend convinced him and advised him that he needs to have sex with me before we get married because I have 3 kids and he needs to know if I'm able to perform well down there. Still after this, I tried my best to not give in, and he asked me to be his girlfriend, and by the second day he was trying it and I said no, and he broke up with me. Now, I was young, insecure, I would say definitely a pick-me, wanted the approval of men, didn't love myself, and I eventually gave in. One thing that I realized that I would do when he was performing that act is I would disassociate. So my body's there, but my mind is not there. And so I'm laying still while he is doing what he wants to do to me. And this went on until the year of our divorce, which was 2023. Bear in mind, I married this man in 2015. I met him in 2014. Our first sexual interaction was in 2015. And this happened numerous times. This happened numerous times throughout our almost 10 years of marriage and relationship. Now, the point of this video is not to be a victim because I'm no longer that. But it is to validate young women and even women in their 30s going upwards. At the age of 33, 34 is when I started standing on my no. What I mean by that is my no is no. If I don't want to have X, I don't want to have X. I do not care how horny you are or what you want. If I don't want it, I do not want it. I do not feel obligated to satisfy a man. I do not feel like it is my duty to make a man get off. And unless I am in the mood and I want it as much as you want it, I don't want it. And I will not be forced into doing it like I've always been forced into doing it. We also have to understand that many of us, we have grown up in dysfunction. We've been exposed to certain things very young, and we believe that it is normal. And until we realize that you being forced into having or doing an act that you don't want to do, there's nothing normal about doing an act that you do not want to do. Whether to express your love or to feel love. If you do not want to do it, you do not want to do it. And nothing about that is loving. If I am not interested or I'm not in the mood, if the person loved me enough, they will respect that. And they will not force it on me. So when we look at the Diddy and Cassie's case, we realize that this is someone who was young, in love, naive, and would do anything for this man only for him to shit on her. Literally. And I hope a lot more of us young women realize that we are so much more and our no's are powerful. Like, no.